old one anymore?
No, the old one is gone forever. I mean, it's still there, but
Can I post hello just to make sure I'm in the right one?
yes.
All right.
Actually, that's a great idea. Everyone, assignment number 1, very first thing before we even open Roblox, we want to make sure we can communicate with each other.
I'm still signing in the correct account.
Yeah. So, was it who needed the Google Classroom code?
I did.
Tostin or Anirudh?
Me, I did.
Okay, Anirudh. Awesome. So, I was just gonna say,
I didn't get it sent.
everyone here, I'm gonna start. You're gonna see ignore my screensaver there. You're gonna see right here, it says share something with your class. Every single person here, I want you to real quick type in hello something. I'm gonna say my name is not Shashank Rapu. There's an A I'm missing.
Do you see my hello in there?
Not yet, because what I have to do
Refresh.
is I need to reload the page here. Oh, so we've got konnichiwa, hello, my name is not Shashank Marapu. Okay, so we've got 3.
All right, I got yours.
Austin. So we need Max and yeah, Max, could you type something in the Google Classroom?
Okay.
Let's see here. Participants. Oh. My name is not Shinkarapu. Awesome. And Houston, we have a problem. I don't think we have a problem, do we? A, and then we have Anirudh A. Anirudh A, do you have access to the new Google Classroom? This is all we went over so far.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try getting there now.
Okay, instead of the other Google Classroom, this one is called May Roblox Lua. Not just Roblox. It's super special. It has even its own month in here. Does anyone not have Roblox Studio installed? What was I gonna say? Insert meme here. Tostin, do you have Roblox Studio installed?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And what was I gonna say?
I don't have it. Can you give me a link in the Roblox Codeathon?
You don't have Roblox Studio?
Oh, I do, but I don't have the Google Classroom.
Yeah, okay. So what you want to do, here's our class code. I'm going to type it in the chat.
Oh, there. I'm going to get it. It's on my, I see it.
All right. It's
don't have access.
Who doesn't have access?
Max.
Max. Okay, Max, you don't have access.
Huh?
Okay, so what would it be under? Let me see. Ignore my dog there.
Yeah.
So you don't have access. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's invite. Max, do you have access to yours or your mom's email?
Yes, I got it now.
Yes.
Okay, so and your mom's email was Sunny. What was it?
Sunnysun.
SunnySun what at gmail.com. Oh, just SunnySun. Max, I need your input here to get set up so we can start Robloxing like gamers. Oh my goodness gracious.
Who did that?
I'm not doing anything.
I
Uh,
magic. It's
no
magic.
one should have drawing capabilities.
I think someone has. Maybe it's Doug.
Dang, Nev, am I gonna be the boomer here? I need a.
Everybody has drawing
I'll
capabilities.
just remove all of
White
you.
thing is me. I'll get rid of it though.
What?
The
You
white
guys-
thing was me. The person who should do that white thing. This is me. Oh, that's not me though.
How do you guys draw?
I don't know.
You just
I
do
annotate
view
and then you get-
options
Yeah,
side
it's
by
annotate.
side.
Yeah, there's a little, but I don't have it now. I don't know where it's
And
at.
oh yeah, I can draw.
I should probably turn that on and off for when it's appropriate. Like right now when I'm trying to write an email address is probably not the most appropriate time. But
I'll
Who's
delete
doing
mine.
that?
How do I
let's
delete
see
this?
I'll
Go
go to
away,
eraser and then
stupid
erase.
menu screen.
here.
Like that. Look, I just erased the E that I
Who's doing that?
So yeah, I was just gonna say I muted everyone real quick. I don't know how to deal with the drawing thing. No one's done that before. Just wanted to say you can unmute yourselves. Just want to see. So okay, Max, you were sunnysun@gmail.com, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna click invite. And now, okay, it says you're invited. What I want you to do is you're at Google Classroom, right? Right, Max? Right, Max? Max, I need you to unmute yourself. Anyway, so is everyone else in the classroom?
Yes, I think, but there's only 5 students.
Yeah, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So
Supposed to be
yeah,
here.
Max.
It could be Doug.
Okay.
Okay, are you in, Max?
I only see
Yeah.
for 5 people.
You only see what for 5 people?
I see myself and 4 more people. I don't see 6 students.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to fix here. Got one more invited.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Max, did you haven't entered the Google Classroom. Go to Google Classroom, Max, and
Okay, I'm here.
plus button and see where it says join class. So click join class and there's a code. You want to enter this code, WV4XNB. So I'm
You
gonna
forgot the J.
put that, yeah, my bad. WVJ4XNB. And also, can everyone hear me decently?
Yeah.
Well? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Here's the class code, Max. Please type it in, and then we can get started.
I can't. I can you tell me where it is? I'm not there.
Okay, so right up here, Max, are you at this screen? Are you at this screen?
Except without the extras. Just whatever you're doing
No.
before.
You're not at this screen. Okay, so to get to this screen, type in Google Classroom and click the first link that comes up.
Oh.
And then there you go. So can you get to that screen, Max? Okay. Well, anyway, Max, I'll help you out with that at the end of class. Okay. For now,
Wait.
we're gonna get started.
What are you talking about? What is that?
About the Google Classroom.
Yes.
So I'm
Where?
gonna go into Google, type in Google Classroom, and then click the plus in the top right corner and click join class. Okay. Do you see my screen here, Max?
Where is join class?
Where is join class? It's in the top right corner next to your name here. I'm kind of trying to highlight it. I can draw around there.
Find it.
You can't find it? I'm gonna say in the top right corner here. Okay. So anyway, we'll work on this later, Max.
I will see you tomorrow.
I want you more on task.
So, anyway, what I was gonna say is I'm gonna go over quickly how to use the Google Classroom and everything about it. So, I'm gonna get my mouse back here. I clicked the wrong one. In the May Roblox class, what we're gonna have is we're gonna have an assignment here, and I forgot to do that, so let me add that to the right classroom here. Just to give you an example of what it will look like. And you should all get a little beep in about 5 seconds here. It is create. I'll have an assignment here, and I'll just name it week 1 for now. I'm gonna add to this, and I'm gonna click sign. And now what you guys should see is in your classwork tab here, okay, we have week 1. And when you click this, you'll see all the information for your challenge and resources. So for example, this video that I'm recording right now with you guys will be right at the bottom of this project here, okay? So if you need a reference what I was talking about or reference what I said, then just simply go to this video. And then one final thing before we actually get to Roblox is everyone needs to stay muted unless they have a question, and they can unmute themselves and just ask away. Okay? Is everyone cool
I
with
got
that?
a question.
Yes.
Can we share our projects for like what we did this week, like our levels and the harvesting? Can we share it?
Can do that on Saturday when we
Okay.
go over the assignments, but specifically to submit your project, we'll go over that on Wednesday, and there will be a video attached to this which tells you exactly how to submit a project as well. I just need to attach it to this specific one here, and it says it's assigned to 4 people: Honorud A, Honorud B, Kelly Drews, Tostin, and what's I gonna say? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students here. Who are we missing from here? We're missing Max because he's not signed in yet, and we're missing Kyle. Kyle, what did you say? You're in the.
Turned it in, so it won't show.
Oh, you turned in this assignment. Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind then. So that's my example there. I'll shoot out the completed version with all the resources right after this. But for now, I want to go over what we're actually going to be making. So this week and a few weeks from now, I already went over that just about everyone here has some experience with Roblox. So this is going to be a more advanced class. Except for Tostin, who already has some
Except
experience.
for the zombie team. Remember, we already went through this.
Well, kind of. You went through part of it.
Yeah, part.
So what this specific project is it is a little dungeon that you make and explore with zombie spawners, keys, and a giant front to make your obstacle course look even bigger than it actually is. Have any of you played the Legend of Zelda series of games?
I've seen them.
Yeah. You've seen them?
I haven't played it, but I've seen some stuff.
I've seen people play it before, but I haven't I haven't played it before.
Okay, so what the idea is for this project is a single-player adventure-style game where you go in, you figure out puzzles and defeat enemies. If we want to do more multiplayer stuff in the future, we can definitely do that. This is our first week with the more advanced stuff. I wanted to start out with this, showing how we can use tools and create enemy spawners. And those are going to be our 2 main focuses this week. And with just those 2 tools, you can make huge projects, huge looking projects like this. And so I want to show you specifically, even though that this might look a bit overwhelming here, I want to show you and break it down real quick to see what we're actually going to be creating this week. If we take away this right here, which is called the front of our project, our player will see this as a massive, massive castle. But actually, all it is, if we take away all the fluff here, is simply 2 rooms. 2 rooms, and within them are locked doors and zombie spawners. So to go over each of those one by one here, and basic functions of Roblox as well, I'm gonna open up another project I made just for this.
Will we open Roblox Studio now?
Not yet. What I want to do is I want to talk for about 20 minutes, and I'm gonna show you how to build our 2 basic objects for this week, and tomorrow touch on how you can do more advanced things with them if you have time. But what I wanted to say is first, how long has it been since everyone's used Roblox Studio?
It's been about, for me, 4 months.
Okay.
2 days.
All right.
Probably about 30 minutes ago.
2 days.
I was on it like yesterday.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
same.
gonna go over just for this video, just for this starting class, the basics, and I want to show you that even though these objects might look a little complicated, we can simplify them very much so. So here's our key, which could be a pass card, which could be a whatever, however you want to theme your game here. And it goes up to the door and it disappears and you can walk through it. And here's a zombie spawner, which is just a simple block and drops enemies from the sky. So to make these 2 objects, I'm gonna do a few things here. In Roblox, everything is made out of parts. And as in, I know quite a bit of you already know that, but to add parts in different shape parts, I know a lot of you know how to add blocks, but you can also add blocks, spheres, wedges, and cylinders here. So I can take this piece, and anyone, how do I make this piece bigger?
Scale.
Scale. Okay. We go into the almighty corner, as I like to call it here, where we've got move, scale, and rotate, the 3 basic functions to make any object in Roblox. So I can take scale here, and I can just stretch it out to whatever size I want. So I'm gonna make a little area here for my door and zombie spawner, and I wanna move it over here. What do I do to move it over with the rest of them here?
Move.
Okay, yeah, I use the move right here. And I don't have a specific reason to rotate anything here, so I'll just make a random ramp. I'll take this here, and I want to make a staircase up to, or just a little ramp thing up to over here, except this piece is flat. How do I make it not flat? How do I make a...
You go to parts
Rotate.
and then rotate or turn it into a wedge.
Awesome. So I go to rotate, and then I can just grab one of the balls here and move it to however I want. And now I've got a little bridge thing that I can walk up and down to get to this lower level. However, there seems to be a bit of an issue. It's kind of hard to see what's the bridge and what's the platform here. So is there anything I should do?
Change the
To
bridge
the color.
or material.
Awesome. Actually, I was just going to say, do you guys know how to raise your hands on the
Yeah.
Zoom here?
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So instead of shouting out the answers, I know I said that earlier, but if you guys could use the raise hand or just raise your hands in real life, and then I'll see it and I'll call on you. So we'll start with that. Anyone know how to change color here?
You go to color.
Oh, hold on, Max. What you need to do is you need to raise up your hand. So, okay. Anirudh A rose up his hand. Anirudh A, what's the answer here?
So I can change my color or the material or maybe both.
Yes. And where do you change the color or material?
So there's a home bar, and over there there's a part where it says material and a drop down bar, and then in there you can change it to any material, and then the color is right next to it, and it shows a wheel of colors.
Awesome. So you can change the material and color up here on the home bar, but what I was gonna say is you have quite a few windows in Roblox Studio. Home bar is where you're going to be doing a lot of things, but if you need a check on a specific object in your world, you can use the Explorer. And if you need to change details about an object, where do you go? Anyone? Max, where do you go to change details about an object?
Material.
Well, materials is only one detail about an object. Like, the color of your shirt is one detail about you, but there's a lot more to you than just the color of your shirt. Where do we go to change things about an object? A lot of things. Anirudh A.
It's
properties bar.
In the properties tab
if
right
it's
here.
Closed, you can go to view, and then there's different choices. Choose properties.
Yep.
Pretty bold, and then you'll get it on one of the sides.
So the properties here, what they do is they let us change just about everything about the object. If we want to manually change the size, we can. If we want to change the collision so you can't run into it, which we'll get into in a bit here, or if you want to make it invisible, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click brick color here, and I'm going to make this brown like a bridge, and I'm going to make this blue. And they both have a plastic material. What materials do is they add a certain texture to your stuff here. Like I use the grass texture on this here to make it look like grass. If I go here, this doesn't quite look like wood, but what I can do is in properties, I can go to material again, and I can change it to a wood planks material. And then I can change this. Also, bluegrass is a bit weird, but you know, we'll go with it. Bluegrass, not blue glass. Okay, and are we all good to go for this area?
Yes.
Okay. And then, so now, it falls into the abyss. What did we miss right there? Anchoring the object, okay? So what anchoring does, as you'll see in a second here, is if you click any of your objects, up in the home bar, there is this anchor. And when you click it, your object will not move. Okay, so our bridge is staying perfectly still regardless of gravity acting on it. So I can do that to both these objects, or I can even change whether it's anchored or not in the properties down here. So there's the anchored little check mark. For people who haven't done Roblox Studio in a while, is this kind of jogging your memory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tostin, are you following along, Liam?
Yes, I'm following along.
All right, Tostin, are you good? Okay, awesome. Just want to make sure everyone has the starting tool, the tools for everything here. So over on this side here, just as an introductory, I know how to Roblox project, what I want everyone to make before we start making huge rooms and castles is I want to show everyone real quick how to make a simple table. And to do that, we already know how to change the parts and color of an object. But I can take my little thing here. I can make it just like the tables in the dojo. I'm going to give it a leg. I can rotate it. Actually, gonna click that there. So it only rotates 90 degrees. We'll get into that in a bit here.
I'm guessing you're talking about grouping.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going to get to in a few seconds here. So real quick, I have my table here, and it's going to be really hard for me to make all these legs exactly the same, unless I do what? What can I do to make all these legs exactly the same?
Copy and paste.
Hey,
Sort of.
grouping?
I'm going to go with Kyle because he raised his hand. Kyle, what can you do?
You can copy it and then move it around and copy it again.
Yes. However, there is a really quick way to instantly copy and paste something in Roblox. It's called duplicating. So I can take this object, I can right-click, and I can click duplicate. And where did the object go? Does anyone know? Honorud A.
right in middle of the object that you had
Yes.
originally.
Right here. It's right here. It's just literally a complete clone down to exactly where it is. So now I can take it and move it over. Now, if you duplicate a bunch in the same location, you might get some glitching out if the legs are running into each other. So I'm going to duplicate. And are we good to go for this table, or are there things we should do to it?
You should anchor it and group it.
Okay, anchor it and group it. Before we get to grouping, I'll go anchoring it, because I need to refresh a few people on grouping here. Before we get to that, I'm gonna anchor all of these, so now the table won't fall apart. But the issue is, I should probably go over what I did right there to anchor all of them super fast. Actually, I will in a second. So let me re-anchor all these, and I'm gonna make the top here brown and wooden, right, like that. And then we can make these a metal, silver, boom, boom. And now if I want to move this table around, the issue is I can go to move, and I have to move one piece at a time. And that's a bit annoying.
Clicks.
Max, could you raise your hand real quick? Okay, Max, how do we fix this? How do we make it easier to move around?
Click around anywhere and drag. You'll see this big box and put the entire table in it, and then press group, and then move the same thing at once.
So, yes, that's exactly it. We can do two things here. We could either drag and select all these objects, and what we can do is group them together so they act as one big object. Now, the issue with that is, let's see here, if I group this and then I move the table, ready? I grabbed more than the table, I grabbed that too. So there's two things we can do. One, we can keep on trying to make sure I get the exact things I want, right click and then group so it's as one big thing, and it will show itself as one big thing over here called model. But instead what I'm gonna do is I can click Control and select a lot of objects at once. If I just click an object, it's selected there. But if I want to select a lot of objects at once, what I can do is, let's see, can I pull my keyboard up without ripping it out of my computer? I don't know. Can people see my keyboard? I don't think.
No.
Oh, it's disappearing into green screen. In the bottom left of your keyboard.
Yeah,
Keyboard, not a J board. Right here. Bottom left, this actually I think is my exact keyboard. Right here, we have a open image in new tab. In the bottom left of your keyboard, there is this Control button. What you want to do is you want to hold down Control and you click as many objects as you want. So I can click that, then I can let go of control, move around, hold down control again, click this, and then right click and group these objects together. And now we have our wonderful table. And since it's one object, I can scale it, I can duplicate it, I can make stacks of it, I can rotate it, I can just treat it like any other part. So there we go. And now I don't really want giant tables in my world. So what can I do if I want things to go back to how they were a little bit ago? Honorud A.
So you could hold the control and press Z, and then what
Yes.
you did last goes away and comes back to that. And
Awesome.
I also got a tip. So some people have troubles moving around, like the camera for if yours is a big world. I found out that if you hold the left on a PC, if you hold the left, the right, and then
Look
turn
around.
move your mouse, it looks where you are, and then if
Yeah.
you use the arrow keys, it'll go there where your mouse is.
Got
It's
it.
way
And
quicker.
Max, what's your question?
Use any of the two arrows at the very top right next to
Yep.
follow.
Okay, you both are right. So in order to undo an action, you can do two things. You can click that control key again and then press Z, or you can go up to the top here and click this back arrow to undo your previous actions. I can do it all the way to tearing the table apart into nothingness. Or if I want my table back, I can just click this undo button up here in the top left corner. I mean, redo, sorry. And now my table's back to, well, actually that's when I grouped it accidentally. Right here is where I want to be. Cool. So that is a refresher on the basic functions of Roblox. Now, how we're going to use that to make these, do we want to go over, actually, I think we should go over one of these first. What I was going to say is next time we're going to go over how to use those to create the key and locked door. But for now, what I want to go over is how to create these enemy spawners. Or, I don't know. I was just going to say...
A spawner.
I had an idea to have you guys make a bridge today, but I think you guys are a bit almost all decently experienced. What I was going to say is, could you guys all open up Roblox Studio and start opening that up? I'm going to teach you one more thing, and what I want you guys to build is ignoring the doors and enemy spawners. What I want you to build is the start of your castles, your buildings, just the basic outline of it. The whole goal is by Saturday to have the first few rooms of that completed. Okay.
Build like a huge castle.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the idea. But there may be a bit of an issue if you don't want it to take forever, or if you want to get assets that other people created. Where can you go to do that?
Don't get assets other people created, because there's things like viruses in them, which make like certain people get admin to your game and they mess stuff up and they can get you banned. So
that is a bit of a so kind of what Anirudh was saying is somewhat true. My whole thing was the last thing to check out here is the toolbox. So say I wanted to start building my castle here, or prison, or whatever you want your setting to be, a spaceship that spawns out. Whatever.
Luke, I got a question.
Yes.
So when I went to do a toolbox, I searched a shop, and then there's a little web browser icon, and then some things in it. And then once I clicked it, and it made my thing weird. My computer, how I used it, weird. It started going weird.
Virus
What is that?
a bit.
So I'm gonna clear up a bit of misconceptions about.
Or it could be a plugin.
So yeah, in the
Just-
toolbox, what you'll find is a lot of different things that other people have created. So let's take this tree, and we can just drag it and drop it in this world. I can move it however I want. If we actually go to the tree and ungroup it, you'll see that the creator just simply made this all out of just blocks that we have, and he just put them together to make this, and he grouped them as one object, like I showed you guys a minute ago. I'm gonna put that tree back together. And you can take, like what I did is I took a castle front for mine, and right here, I think this is it. This is a much bigger object, but it's the same thing. It's made by other Roblox users that you can use for free in your projects. And here's what I used, and I built my castle behind here. So I was gonna say here is you can use as many assets as you want from the toolbox for this project.
So Luke, to
Can we add HD admin to this?
what's admin?
Good admin, yeah, sure.
Honorud A, what's your question? And then we'll go to
So
Kyle.
what's an admin? And so if you search shop, one of the first ones you see is a orange icon.
Yes, so those are called plugins. We'll probably get to those later.
Yeah, like the virus scanner, that one.
Yeah, so one thing you do want to be wary about that someone has already mentioned in the toolbox is there are these fake viruses that people sometimes attach to objects. And if I run my game here, hopefully I anchored everything. We'll see in about 5 seconds. Oh, I did not anchor the tree. There it goes. Okay. I was expecting the fake virus to actually work here. Fake virus message. Sometimes when you add stuff from the toolbox.
Yeah, I clicked not fake virus or shop and that icon, and what it did was made my camera weird. So if you click it, it was kind of like spinning like crazy. Looked like I was in a circle.
Gotcha.
I wanna-
Sometimes there are people who put things like that, like, yeah, right now, my camera's locked. That will just mess up your project. All you have to do is just find that script, get rid of it, and you're good to go.
What
I
people
was
do
able.
so it's not like, you know, the fake hack thing. It's not that. but
There
what
we go.
they do- what they do is they put admin into the thing, so then when they join the game, they get admin to it, and then they add like bad stuff into the game, and then people who are playing it can see the bad stuff and they'll report you. Roblox will think it's like you doing that, and then they'll ban you from Roblox.
Yeah. So, if you want to get things that are guaranteed safe and good to go, you'll have this little mark right next to it, this yellow mark. Can everyone see that here? Oh, if I
Yeah.
stretch
Yeah.
it out. The yellow mark means it was approved by the Roblox creators. So the creators of the Roblox engine. So if I take this in here, this is a castle building kit. And what I can do is actually, this is not a bad thing for the project here. Yeah, this is actually a really good base to work off of. What I can do is I can let go and I can just take certain pieces of this, duplicate what I need to, and so on. But what I was gonna say for the fake hack here, which I might still have on here, this fake hack example, what it is, let me delete the tree so it doesn't fall on the head, is basically there will be these messages saying
Well-
hacked, saying something bad happens. Nothing's happening to your computer. They can't do anything about that. All that means is they attached a message like this to an object you built in. Just undo a few steps and you'll be good. So whenever you add something to the from the toolbox to your world, make sure it doesn't have messages that mess it up. Okay? So that's the one thing to be cautious about for toolbox. And then anchor, color materials, grouping, checkpoints is the last thing here.
Do you know how to add HD admin?
I don't know specifically what
know
that is.
I know what that is.
Is that a plugin?
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay. It's also a plugin, but like if you put it into the game, when you start the game, you get a set of commands that you can do, like fly me, and so like you can fly, or like B tools me, which is the thing that some virus creators put in, where like they get B tools, and then they basically have a mini workspace inside the game while you're playing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
so some people put that into your game, like viruses, and they get to build whatever they want in your game, and like put like stuff that shouldn't be in Roblox, and then you get deleted.
Gotcha. Who said Alt F4 works well too? Wait. Oh, from me.
Alt F4.
Yeah, don't do Alt F4.
Use Alt F4.
That just closes your program.
No,
And is just annoying. So I was just gonna say we've got Workbox covered. We've got just about everything. What was just on my notes there? Checkpoints. This is the last thing you guys need. I've got a few here. What checkpoints are is sometimes you have really big worlds, but wherever you want your character to spawn, you need a checkpoint. So I will go to model here, and then I can click this spawn right here, and boom, it starts out with a spawn where if I start the game now, and these don't exist, I'll show you guys later. Some of you guys already know how to spawn at specific locations. But if I create a spawn, I can change its color, I can change its material. I'll make this a red neon spawn. And now if I play the game, then I'll start in this specific location. Yes, Anirudh.
So can I tell how a easy way to make checkpoints?
Sure. Say that while I get rid of the fake virus thing I added.
So what you can do is you can create a new folder and make a checkpoints and put lots of spawn points and name it stage 1 or whatever you want. And then you always should have a teams folder at the bottom. And then you can add a team to it and name it the same as the checkpoint you did in the checkpoints folder. And also you want the checkpoints to have, what is it called? Allow team on touch.
Yeah, so we'll get over teams and checkpoints next week. This week, I just wanted to go over the basics. So now you guys should have all the tools you need to make the start of your castles. And what I was gonna say, I said it didn't have to be a castle, it didn't whatever. To know exactly what we're making at the end of this week, what we have to do is we need to go to the Google Classroom. I just need to move you guys off my screen here. And then in the Google Classroom, right under classwork, you will see, I can click view assignment, not from a teacher's view. You will see this right here, okay? And you'll see the requirements of the project for the week and different spice levels. What these are is you can choose what level of challenge you want to give yourself each week. If you're really experienced with Roblox, I would highly recommend going for one of the higher spice levels. If you're not experienced or haven't done Roblox in a long while, I'd recommend doing a easy project. Okay, so I was just gonna say, so we have mild, medium, hot, and flaming. All of these have the same requirements. The base requirements you have to do to get any points for your submission here is first is changing the maximum distance the player can zoom out of their view, creating a basic key tool and door, and creating a zombie or object spawner. All three of those we're going to go over on Wednesday. On the spice level, we have the first spice thing is having a castle, a spaceship, a wherever you want your adventure to take place, a hidden cave, with one locked room and a zombie spawner. A medium project has 2 or more rooms. A hot project has 2 or more rooms with all that stuff and unique lighting. And then a flaming project has 2 or more rooms, locked doors, 1 zombie spawner, unique lighting, and a front to make the building look larger than it is. So, for example, that castle there, in the other project, it was, even though the whole project wasn't that big, it was just 2 rooms. That was just a front to show, to make the player feel like it was a bigger space than it actually is. So what I want you guys to do, okay, as in we only got 10 minutes, but I want to make sure everyone has a setup. What I want you guys to do is, even though we didn't get to coding today, I want you guys to take a door, okay, so like this wooden door here, and we're going to make doors with keys that we code, but not right now. What I want you guys to do is I want you to make the rooms of your spaceship, the rooms of whatever, to get back into the feel of Roblox Studio. So you can make these as big or as small as you want. So I can switch over to make a castle. I can make gray stone, and then I can make the walls out of this. And if you need to remember how to move certain objects, scale them, add them to the scene, just go to the Google Classroom, and right under here, there will be a link to this video, along with a few other neat resources you can check out. So, I was just gonna say, so just build up the walls here on each side of the room. That doesn't look too pretty. I'm gonna change that over to cobblestone. Cobblestone looks really nice. Yeah, there we go. Cobblestone, and I can make room, and I would recommend leaving an empty ceiling so light can come in from the top. We can mess with unique lighting afterwards, which is what I mentioned in that post here. But simply just make simple rooms like this with a door from the toolbox. Later on, you can change those to locked doors when we code them, and think about where your zombie spawners will be, or what weapons do you want to add. If you want to add a laser gun, feel free to add it from the toolbox. If you want to add a front for all this, go ahead. But the actual rooms, I want you guys to make from parts by yourself. So at the end of this, by Wednesday, I want you guys to create rooms like this. So if we ignore the front here, if I get rid of the front, that makes this look bigger. Just 2 rooms like this, where all I did is I took parts and I put them together. So yeah, does anyone have questions about that?
No.
No? Okay. Usually we're gonna have some time to do Roblox Studio in this class time, but for now, in these next 8 minutes, I want you all...
I got a question.
Yes.
How do you make the outside nighttime?
That we will discuss, actually, real quick. I'll say it real quick. I'll reiterate it tomorrow. If you want to add ceilings and stuff to your project, all you have to do is add something called a point light, because without light, it is super, super dark. So I can take a part or a piece from the toolbox, whatever. Here's my part. And in the Explorer here, I can click the plus next to it. I can type in light. And this point light, now you can see it's a bit brighter, but honestly, it's not that bright. I can actually click on the light though, and then I can change its brightness, and I can change its range, and now I can light up the whole room. I can change its brightness, its range, and its color, so I can make it a purple room if I wanted to. What I did is I just took a chandelier, and I just placed a brick that made light in here, and that's how you make a room a certain color. If you want the outside to be night, what you need to do is there's lighting for the entire scene. And in that, you just look in your Explorer, go to the lighting, and there will be clock time. And you can set it from midnight to noon, back to midnight again, from 0 to 24 here. But we'll go over it. You guys don't have to remember it this week. For now, just remember how to add parts and put them together to make simple rooms like these. Make sure to have doors so we can add doors. And if you want to add torches, pedestals, decorations, feel free to. This will be the start of your own little world, and we're going to add coding to it next time. So in these last 5 minutes, I want you all to log into Roblox Studio, okay, and just start up the flat terrain project here, right here. So you'll be greeted with this. I want you to click and start from the flat terrain. And what I just did right there, that's all I want you to do for now. Is in these next 5 minutes, just open it up. And by Wednesday, just get started on making some rooms. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to open up the flat terrain again. And here we go. And when you're making your rooms, if you have any questions, where do you go?
Google Classroom.
The Google Classroom, and on the assignment, there will be this video at the bottom here. And if you have a question that can't be solved by that video, go to the stream, and just like you all typed in, except for you, Max, I'll help you out with that right after this. Type in your question, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay? So I want, after I'll answer questions in a second, I want everyone to go to their computers and open Roblox Studio like this. Roblox Studio, and just open up a flat base plate. Okay?
I'm not working on it until now because I was working on it.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I want a thumbs up from everyone who has opened up flat terrain. Kyle, have you opened up a flat terrain? Yes. Max, have you opened up a flat terrain? Max, you're muted. Let me see, can I unmute you? Oh. Yes, Max, have you opened up a flat terrain? Okay, A, okay, that works as a thumbs up as well. Anirudh, Anirudh A, have you opened up a flat terrain? Liam, have you opened up a flat terrain?
Yes.
Okay, now, here's the final thing I saved for last. Most important part is saving your project, okay? So, I'm pretty sure most people know how to save this, but go to File, and all you have to do is click Save to File. Give your project a name. I'm going to name this. I'll make this one a Spaceship Escape. Okay? And I'll click Save. Uh-oh. Why is it going to Windows System 32? That is scary. Never mind. Don't do what I did. Save it in your documents. and spaceship escape, and it was saved to file. So now if I close out of this and I want to work on my project later, I go to Roblox Studio, and right here there will be a recent tab, and then I can just open it up. So after this class, you're going to get an assignment which will contain this video. It'll take like half an hour to process, along with instructions, the exact requirements of this, and you'll want to read over that and start working on your project, and have the rooms done by Wednesday if you can.
Luke?
Do we have any questions? Anirudh A, what's your question?
So my question was, instead of going to Roblox Studio, when you put it into a document or something, will it appear like in your front screen, like once you open your computer or something?
Could you repeat that question again?
So if you save your project, and can you go to the front screen, like the Windows screen, and then there will it pop up?
Oh, you're talking about having like a little icon here. Ignore
Yeah.
the absolute mess. So in order to have, like, I have an example project called Super Cool Obby. The reason it's on my desktop here is I have it saved to my desktop. And then if I click it, oh, it decided to open on my other screen here. But boom, it's just the default obby. The reason it is on my screen here is because I saved it to my desktop. And when that happens, you can just click it and it will open up. I would not recommend saving it on your desktop because it's not as safe as being in your documents or any other folders or files. There was a chance you may lose it if you accidentally just click delete, or there's too much stuff on your desktop. So I would recommend saving it in documents. Frankly, this project I just accidentally saved to desktop because I was doing an example of how to save, which probably wasn't a great example now that I think about it. But does that answer your question, Anirudh?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Anyone else have questions? Kyle, what's your question?
Can you add HD admin, or do you know how?
Currently, no. I can learn how to do that, especially when we get into multiplayer games. If HD admin is a plugin, then plugins honestly aren't too different than just simply adding things to Toolbox. You have to just go to Roblox.
Roblox library on the actual website itself.
Yeah, you just have to go to the actual website and add them to your Roblox creator.
Can I record a video of how to get plugins and then you can put it on the Google Classroom?
You could do that, or you can wait like 2 weeks for us to get to plugins and then we'll do that.
Okay.
So, any other questions? Nope. Okay, we're good. Awesome. Cool. Well then, Max, stay here because I want to help you get Google Classroom. But everyone else, you're free to go.
Okay.
Enjoyed everything.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us. And
Bye.
see ya.
Bye.
But Max,
Yeah.
stay here. I want to help you with Google Classroom. Any questions, bring to Google Classroom. Okay, awesome. So Max.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, Kyle. Bye, Leo.
Adios.
Okay, so Max, let's get you set up on the Google Classroom here. I have 8 notifications from my boss. That's a bit scary. I don't know how 1 equals 8. Can you unmute yourself, Max? Or I can do that. There we go. So, Max, can you share your screen? Do you remember how to do that?
Yes.
Awesome. So just click the green button in the middle. I'll stop sharing so you can share that. Oh, you are here. I thought you just I was gonna say I thought you cut yourself off. I'm not seeing I don't see or hear you. Could you speak, Max?